Hi, Nate. So for possible interview questions for business analysts, I will start with one of the questions that came up. Let's see. So I will start with tell me about yourself and your experience in change management, and then I will go to number two. Tell me about yourself. Now, what these people are looking at for is your confidence. Yeah, sometimes you may just be saying rubbish, but you're confident. Now, tell me about yourself. What you need to think about is why you are talking about. You don't want to know your name, but you can start with your name because your name is already there. What they want to know about you is your previous experience, your skills that you've got, your current role, and why you've applied for this job. So, for example, well, it's been long I did the interview, so I don't know if I can remember, but this is just a trial. So, for example, tell me about yourself. I'll say, well, I have been working as a business analyst in the past so years, and part of the skills I got as a business analyst is requirement gathering, requirement engineering, problem solving skills. You just list those skills. And currently, in my current role, I'm working on a certain project where I experience stakeholder management. I had some situation where I had to resolve ABC. May not even go that deep. And then I said why I'm not looking for this new role, because my current role is a contract job, and the contract is coming to an end in X, Y, and Z date, or I'm looking for a better role to, a more challenging role to expand on my skills and knowledge. I've gone through your website, I've gone through this job description, it matches my skills and experience, and I'm, open to new challenge. So now you can put it to the way that suits you. But what they want to see is you're confident while talking. Tell me about yourself. It's not something you should be talking. I mean, this is one of the basic questions they ask you to test your confidence. So you might be saying rubbish, but that confidence that they need from you. So number two, it says, what attracted you to this role, and what do you want, or why do you want to work with our organization? Now, that question, it depends on your taste of what attracted you to the role. For me, when I'm applying for a role, when I'm applying for a job description, I check through the job description, I read about the company, the organization. I have to also check what can I gain from the organization, such as like if it's hybrid, if it's what's the makeup of the team, what kind of thing they focus on, the project they focus on. You may have some slight idea of the project they focus on. What are you looking out for? Are you thinking of growth, maybe career growth in that organization? So certain things like that, some benefits as well. What the organization is going to offer you, what benefits are they offering you as well. So these are the things I look at. Now, situation questions like this. You say, what attracted you to this role? That role now is talking about change management role. Why do you apply for that role? So that's what we are looking at for. Can you put a different example? For example, when I type in the answer, I was particularly attracted to this role because it aligns with my passion for leading organizational change. So make sure in the beginning when you ask you, tell me about yourself, you say something relating to this role like this. You've led organizational change, or you have passion for change, you have passion for seeing the change and the experience you've got in change management or in managing complex, complexity in transformation. So you can say things like that. You can also say, I'm excited about this opportunity to work with your organization because of its reputation. Now you're talking about the organization itself. Then you talk about the commitment for continuous improvement, your passion for continuous improvement. Now you can talk about the values of the company. You can research about their values. Some companies or some organizations got values like inclusive, transparency, sustainability, cultural, or how do I place not cultural, I would say you know what I'm trying to say, diversity. Yeah, so you can look at something like that and say, I've applied for this role in your organization because this is one X, Y, and Z I know about your organization. And then you talk about the reason for the role, as I said. You talk about what attracted you to the role, for your experience in managing complexity in transformation, or you're focusing on stakeholder management, your communication. One of your skills, your strong skills are stakeholder management, communication, coaching, providing trainings, or you also we are there to initiate similar, witness first-hand positive impact on effective change, things like that, to spice it up. Yeah. So these are the suggested example from ChatGPT. You can read through it and then you get your tailored answer. You get what I mean? You read through it and get your tailored answer. So this is the question number 2. You can read through it why you've applied for this role in that organization, and get your answer. Now, question number 3 says, how do you approach change management? What methodologies do you find most effective? So now that simple question, it looks simple. Yeah. That is if you are in the role already. So what you need to do is to know or focus on knowing the different methodology, because they want to find out the different methodologies that you use in change management and your strongest your strong skills in part of the methodology. Now there are different methodology here. What I'm not in change management, for example, but this is someone's interview. That's why I'm doing this for the change management. I can focus on what I am focused on, technical business analyst, but it's still the same, related. It's not too different. Now, what I typed on ChatGPT, it says, my approach to change management is centered around the few key principles, which is clear communication. You talk about that. I mean, that's something easy. Stakeholder management, continuous feedback. I mean, for a change management, if you are communicating clearly, definitely, and then you're engaging your stakeholder, you take feedback, continuous feedback, it makes you restructure how things are, to see where people are, to see the weakness and the strengths, and see how to improve the weakness, or you know what I mean. Continuous feedback is very important as well. Then it says, I believe that effective change management begins with understanding the needs and the concern of all stakeholders. This is very, very important to cite it. You need to understand, because communication is not just by talking and listening. The understanding of what the stakeholder has said, there are different skills in understanding that as well. I mean, not only talking, there are different ways of having that form of communication. You can give that example. And then this one, you can say, ensuring they are engaged throughout the process. I typically start by assessing current state. As I said, it's some way related to business analyst. Current state, identify the desired outcomes, what they need, the desired state, that's the future state. I'm developing a comprehensive change plan that address both the technical and the people aspects. And now, talking about the methodologies, there are some methodology that I've seen on ChatGPT. So when it comes to the methodology, I find a combination of the ADKAR model. ADKAR, it's awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. And also it is got the Kota's 8-step change model to be particularly effective. Now, the 8-step change model provides a structure and step-by-step approach for driving organizations change. I mean, it's quite lengthy. I can't read that, but what they are looking for in this answer is that they need your general approach first, which, as I said, the main general approach, which is the communication, stakeholder management, feedbacks, that's the basic. You can research more, and then they also want you to highlight the specific methodology that you use and which one is your strength, or you can give some practical example, and emphasize the practicality. You can do that by also searching on ChatGPT, but the methodology that they highlighted here, you can give like one or two, must not give all. Like I said, is ADKAR, which is the awareness one, the ADKAR, the 8-step principle, Lewis change management, or agile change management. Yeah, so that's the first basic question for this answer. Thank you. I mean, the first basic questions for this interview. Thank you.